It's now a day later, and we're going to go ahead and start off by peeling up the paving tape. So you're going to do this pretty carefully, and you're going to pull away from the plaster because sometimes there will be a little edge hanging over, and if you pull it up or towards it, sometimes it will crack the main road. So just gently pull it up. Make sure you get it all, and I'll get it all and get back to you. I have removed all the paving tape. It was difficult at some points because it had stuck to the foam and it didn't want to come off. But I got it off. There's some residue left around areas, but once you scenery the areas around the road, that should be covered up. So the next step is going to be to take some sandpaper. Pretty much any sandpaper. For this part, you're going to want something somewhat rough. Right here is a 50 grit sandpaper. You want to just sand it down. So what you want to do is remove any large bumps out of the road to make it a smoother road. It doesn't have to be perfect, because anyone who drives on a road probably knows that most roads are far from perfect. So you just want to sand it down. You want to remove any bumps from the road. Make sure it's somewhat smooth. So I'll do that, and we'll go on to the next step. Once you have finished sanding it, you're going to want to prep it for painting. So right here I have just a moist paper towel. So what you want to do is make sure there isn't any main dust on it, so you can probably just vacuum that up. Then you're going to take this, you're just going to want to run over it to make sure you get all the finer stuff that is stuck on there, just to keep it from getting mixed up in the paint, because that will mess up the paint if there's a lot of fine dust everywhere. So I'm going to just clean up the area, remove all the paint, or all the dust. That should be pretty good. So you don't, it'll be a little moist, but you don't need to let it dry because you're going to be painting it anyway. Let me find my paintbrush and I'll be back. Oh, here we go. So I'm going to be using a foam brush instead of a paintbrush to avoid getting the paint streaks. So I'm going to modeling in pretty old road, so I'm going to use a gray color. This is supposed to be an old country road, so it's going to use that. So this will probably take quite a little bit of paint, because the plaster will absorb it very quickly. So just to show you, just paint it on. It might take more than one coat to get it all painted and to get everything to where there isn't any white showing through. So just go over. And you're going to want to make sure you get the edges here, because you can see there's still that white strip there. So you're going to make sure you get the sides there, so when you do add scenery, there won't be a white area showing through if you miss a little spot. Doesn't have to be perfect, you just need to get all the road painted. You could mix the paint into the plaster before you pour it, in case it ever chips. But I found that doing that method you end up using a lot more paint because you have to mix it into all the plaster. So, I'm gonna have to do some fixing up here just because I added that ballast before I did the road, which to act as a gravel parking lot, which I do not recommend. You should probably do the road before. So, almost done here. So once that's dry, I'll probably go over and add another coat, and then the road is ready for weathering if you choose to weather it. If not, it's pretty much finished. You can, if you're going to add lines, you can add your lines, but I'm not here. So that's it for this video. I will probably make future videos showing how to add lines for the road and how to weather the road using an airbrush. So tell me what you think, and that's it for this video.